President Zelenskyy. My name is Mike. The short video you're about to see is something I produced 2 years ago, and I produced it actually for the American people. Democrats, Republicans, Independent, everybody. And at the end of this video, I made a statement that the Statue of Liberty represents not some of us, but all of us. And at that point in time, I simply meant the people of the U.S. And after seeing what's going on in the whole world, getting behind you in this war, I see that it's more than just the U.S. The Lady Liberty stands for everyone in the world. And right now that includes you. The whole world is rallying behind you. And when I first put this out, a good friend of mine saw it and was so touched that he gave me this pin. It's an American flag pin. And he's an immigrant from Cuba. And he said that he wanted me to have this. And this is a treasure of his. And he remembers seeing the statue when he first came to this country. And I've never met anybody who was born in America that had the same feeling that this guy's got, that he has for liberty and freedom. And again, he thought enough to give me his treasure. That's how much he was moved by this video. I don't deserve this. I am simply an artist. I painted a picture of liberty, and I will not be happy until this ends up in your hands. Not by me, I'm just an artist. But Manny, my friend, needs to put this in your hand. This is actually made from the metal of the actual Statue of Liberty in 1986 when they renovated her. That's what this is made of. You need to have it. The whole world is praying for you, and one of these days we'll get this into your hand. You and your people are the picture of liberty.
Liberty is something we Americans can be thankful for on this Thanksgiving Day. A New Albany man believes the symbol of liberty is something very special. And as Channel 32's Bill Francis reports, he's hoping Lady Liberty will be a positive influence on the cityscape.
33 years ago, exactly one half of my lifetime ago, I painted a mural of the Statue of Liberty on a building in downtown New Albany.
Lady Liberty has come to downtown New Albany, or at least a painting of the famous landmark has. Mike Pattison only paints for fun. His real job is managing a cable TV company. But Mike loves to paint. He minored in art in college.
I was coming across the bridge, Sherman Mitten, one day and looked down, and I'll tell you the truth, it looked a little drab. I kind of hoped it would help dress things up a little bit, and maybe, I was really hoping the idea would catch on, and maybe you'd see a few other buildings being painted on, or maybe some other artwork done on them.
The painting was reported on a local TV network, and the story found its way to the AP Newswire, and I even got a nice letter from Ed Koch, who was the mayor of New York at that time. And it was a short letter, but it simply said he appreciated that the people in the Midwest loving the Statue of Liberty as much as the people in New York do.
The deal was, if it didn't come out, I was going to pay for the paint to erase it. If it came out, she paid for the paint that it took to do it, which was around $13.
I think it's just terrific. He's really done a great job. I've always wanted to go to New York City, and now I just stand out in front of the building, and here I am.
Mary Catherine captured Mike at work on her home video camera. He used one of his company's bucket trucks to do the work. It took him about 40 hours of his free time to complete his work of art.
We had that as a weather photo about a month ago. One of our viewers in New Albany, very proud of that, and fittingly so sent that in.
33 years had passed, and I really hadn't been down there to see it, and I thought, we're moving, and we are now living full-time in New Smyrna Beach. We just moved from Floyd's Knobs, and it might be my last chance to take a look at the Liberty, Statue of Liberty that I painted. So I went down there to look at her and found out that the people who owned the building needed space, and I understand that, so they build out the building, and the only thing that you can really see now is her arm stretching up. And even that is now being covered up, and it's faded because all the rain and the sun after 33 years, she's just fading away. And that's kind of the way I was feeling about the shape this country's in right now. I feel like the democracy is just fading away. But I decided a couple days later to stop in, but just to see if Mary Catherine was still there. I hadn't been there for 33 years, so So I walked in the office, same counter, tall guy behind the counter. And I said, is Mary Catherine still around? And he said, yeah, can I ask who you are? And I said, yeah, my name is Mike Pattison. And he smiled and he shook my hand. He said, your name's known around here. I thought that was pretty nice. And I looked over his shoulder and there was a picture on the wall of the Statue of Liberty. And I'm sure that picture had been there for 33 years. And as I was looking at the picture, I heard a voice from the back room. And she said, I'd know that voice anywhere. And I knew her voice anywhere. It was Mary Catherine. And so she came walking down the hallway. And it was a heartfelt reunion. We hugged and talked for a while. And I didn't mention the painting. I didn't say a thing about it. But then she said, you want to see her? And I know my mouth hit the floor. And I said, seriously? Because I thought she was gone. And she said, yeah. And kind of motioned to come follow her. So I followed her down this hall and turned left into this big open area so that the building they had built over the statue, they hadn't covered her up, they protected her. And there she was. I hadn't looked at her or been that close to her for 33 years. And it was like, she looked like she'd been painted yesterday. And I remember even walking up and my signature was still on there. And I think they will, every generation, until that wall falls down, will protect that wall and protect her portrait. Long after I'm gone, it'll be there. She's not gone. It only seems like she's deteriorating sometimes. And this isn't the first time and it won't be the last. But it just seems like she's fading away. It seems like everything's being stepped on. And it's okay, she'll be back. You can't destroy what we have in this country. You can't destroy it. We'll be here. Americans will always be here. I dedicate this story to all the Americans who are worried and just looking for hope. It's that simple. Just hang in there. We're all right. It'll be okay. As long as there's people like Mary Catherine who will stand up and protect liberty, it'll never die. It'll always be here. That's what this country's made of. The lady, as well as her message, will outlive all who are watching this video right now. She's not the symbol for some of us, she's the symbol for all of us. And she represents the very best of who we are as a nation, but more importantly, who we are as human beings. She is the Statue of Liberty, and we as Americans will always protect her. Keep our eye on the lady, and she'll keep her eye on us.